Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.
That was the great sounds of Watts with Outside on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, with my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. EZ BlueZ, you're better with introductions more than me. Who do we have with us on the show today?
Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever played pretend? Have you ever thought what it was like to be someone else, taking on that persona and truly added yourself into it? Have you ever taken a problem larger than yourself and brought down upon it your perspective? Have you ever decided that, yes, you needed to be in another existence? Any of that is possible, but what I really, really love about this next person is they're a phenomenal actor. And to me, acting is one of the highest professions because you do have the ability to take on the characteristics of other people. You have the ability to tell other people's stories. And we all know how much telling stories is important in the life of EZ. So for that and that alone, we want you to put your hands together. Not if you're driving. If you're driving, please keep your hands at 10 and 2. So we don't need any accidents. But mentally, I want you to put your hands together for the fantastic, the amazing, the wonderful Will Fulton. Welcome, bienvenue. How you been?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that great introduction. I feel so honored. Thank you so much.
Not bad at it.
Yeah, every once in a while. Every once in a while, sometimes, you're not someone I want to phone one in for. Sometimes I got to phone them in, but that's only on the guests we don't talk about. But no, like for real though, acting has always been something that I absolutely love. I think it's one of the most incredible professions out there where you can literally wear the skin of somebody else for a moment, and you get to go back. Like to me, it's going back to playing pretend as a child. What made you now have a career in acting? Because this is a new career path for you, as we've spoken before.
Yeah, it was always a dream, So and as you so eloquently stated, put on the skin of another person, tell stories. And you take it back to when you was a childhood, and you have your own imagination. You come up with your own things, and if you have siblings, you try to get them to join in, right? If you have downtime, because today is full of screen time, right? We didn't have that kind of thing growing up, like, as much. So it was imagination, it was books, it was television, it was radio, and those mediums provided an outlet, a creative outlet, so you could hear, what your story or what your imagination will take you to, and that's where I basically got motivated from, wanting to be able to build a character, take that character, bring it to life, and then entertain people at the same time. I we started a rap group, and that was back, when like late '70s, early '80s, and high school and everything, beating on the tables, you know how that goes, right? So hip hop brought me to a point that I could be in front of people, I could be on stage, I could take my thoughts and try to project them to the crowd and see how they respond. And I think that kind of motivated me to eventually move into acting. And that's where it started from. Yeah.
No, and it's so interesting because I feel like there's always this incredible connection between hip hop and acting. You've seen some of the best success stories. I mean, look at Tupac in the roles that he has done, or LL Cool J, even 50 Cent in the movie about
Right.
50 Cent, gave you a phenomenal piece. And I think that is because hip hop has started out as the storytellers, and you have to be very emotive with the way that you tell the story. And you in somewhat playing the character of your first person narrative. Do you feel the same way, or am I just really just talking out of nonsense?
No, you're absolutely right. You're spot on. This being able to paint a picture verbally and then express it um with your, embody that character. I
Hmm.
think that's where I think the alliance comes through, where you have um and one of my favorite MCs is Nas. Like he paints a picture so verbally that you feel like you're there. Like, and then you're also like, how did you get out of that situation? Like, how did you even begin to wrap your mind about being that cognitive, right? Being
Hmm.
that aware in that situation, that scenario, and then be able to express it verbally, and then take it to the stage again. So yeah, the alliance between hip hop and acting, I think, is a bridge that is heavily traveled. You know what I mean? So yeah, LL 50,
Hmm.
they have taken it to heights. Ice T,
Hmm.
it's so crazy for to be a gangster rapper to play a detective on TV. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, no, we all know about his huge song in pop culture,
right.
um, with his hard rock band that we won't say the name of
Yeah,
or the
yeah,
name of the
yeah.
song, but then to
Right.
realize, to know for the past 20 years he's been playing a cop on television. If that's
Yeah.
not poetic justice, I
I'm
don't know
telling you.
what is. It's one of the most beautiful things to see, and he's not really farly playing him away from himself. Even like
No.
one of the first roles he played, I believe, if I remember correctly, was in New Jack City, and he was also
Hmm.
playing a detective.
He played a
Um,
detective. Yes, he
so
did.
it's so super interesting, and also where you can know the best. They say that sometimes the best outlaws are the ones that understand the law the best,
Ooh.
or the best people
Ooh.
who make the law are the ones that understand the outlaw life.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
know that other perspective to be
Yeah.
the best at your own perspective. And I just think it's really incredible. You can take that line too. I just thought of that myself, but you can totally take that line. I got the
Thanks. I will
and
use it.
and
Yeah.
knowing you come from hip hop, I know for a fact that that's a high compliment, and
Yeah.
you know. So now that you are
Absolutely.
focusing a lot more on the acting aspect of it, and you've done the 48-hour film uh, fest, festival. Is it called the
Yes.
festival? Okay,
Yeah.
it's 48-hour
48
film
pounds.
festival.
Hmm.
Ooh,
What
that's interesting.
exactly is that for the people who don't know? Like, I actually know what it is. I know a lot of people who do it, but that's just because I'm out and about and all those wonderful things. But there's a lot of people who we say 48-hour film festival. They're like, what are you talking about? Can you explain a little bit about this? Because it is a really a CT beautiful thing that we do as a
Hmm.
community that I think more people need to know about.
Yeah. Like, it's like it's in the name, the 48-hour film fest, right? But it's a little ambiguous, I guess you could say. So 48 hours. So what happens is there's a forum where they come together, and um, from Friday night to Monday morning, you have 48 hours to write, film,
Ooh.
edit, and submit a film. Get
Oh
get your
man.
cast together,
Whew.
and it's not like, oh, okay, you want to come up with a film 48 hours, you can't be prepared for it.
Uh-huh.
You have the equipment ready, but you have to they come up with the lines that you have to throw a line in there, a line that they choose.
Oh, okay.
They give you the genre,
All
right?
right. All right.
There's certain genres you come from, and
Uh,
then they also give you a prop that you have to put
that you
in the
had to put
film.
into it. Okay.
Yeah. So and then from there it's free range. You can do whatever
Yeah.
you want, right? You
Yeah.
can come up with any kind of storyline you want, but it has to
Oh.
be within those confines and use those ideas. And yeah, so it's a great thing because it's what you could do under pressure,
Mm.
what you can
Mhm.
do as quickly and overcome obstacles.
Yeah.
It's a collaboration between the filmmaker, the cast, and the crew, right? So we all got a goal, and when I tell you we put in work from Friday night to write the script to getting locations to getting everybody
Yeah.
together at the same
All within
time,
two
making sure
days.
we eat in
Oh
2
my,
days,
that's crazy.
legit 48 hours,
That's
and you
crazy.
have to submit. You have to submit by the deadline, and then it goes through, it goes through the rigors. They look at it and
Uh-huh.
they submit it, and then it's not just you, but it's a community of people doing the same thing, a community of other performing artists. So yeah, that's an amazing. It can show you what you can do when you are under pressure,
It'll
and
definitely
I
build your
like that.
character.
Yeah, yeah, like pressure breaks diamonds, or what is it?
Yeah.
Pressure breaks pipes. You know that.
Yep. Well,
Pressure
no,
makes diamonds. Yes.
well, that's the thing is pressure does it makes diamonds, but it
Mhm.
also can break the pipes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes those pipes need to be broken a little bit. And I love that, here's another artistic form being, movie making and filmmaking
Mm.
that are taking these risks and having their artists take these risks. And let's be honest with you, you're not doing these risks for anything more than bragging rights. You're
That's
doing
it.
this to sharpen your skill, to
Yeah.
sharpen your blade. And it's so super important. And I think it's just so beautiful, so much so that I will probably be a part of it at some point in time,
Well,
just because
welcome,
I'm up
please
for the
come through. Do
challenge.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm up for the challenge, and I've yeah.
Now,
We can talk about that.
how long does the film have to be? Does it have to be like 48 minutes or
Yes, yes. No, 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 no. Short films usually are less than 10 minutes.
okay,
You
that's not
know,
bad.
you
That's
know,
not bad. That's not
you
bad.
can
Yeah,
you can stretch the confines if you want to, maybe 15 minutes, but for the most part, it's usually less than 10 minutes. And then there's also like categories like silent film, right? You understand? It's like black and
yeah,
white.
yeah.
It's got to be horror. It's got to be comedy. So those genres are in there too, and it's great. And it, like Easy was saying, it's
Mhm.
bragging rights. And it's going to be exposure. Don't get me wrong,
Right.
because and you're competing, and it's a great community. They set up a venue where everybody can see, and you get judged amongst your peers. You know what I mean? In a good way.
Of course, of
You know
course.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
obviously. Yes,
Yeah, but
definitely.
it's fantastic. I would love to be a part of it again.
Mm.
Now, not well. Hold on a second. Let's not
Let's
devalue
not.
what you did. You were not just a part of it. You are an award winner from it, sir. Hold
Oh,
on
you
Uh,
to those
won.
titles and wear
well,
them
Okay,
with pride.
okay. No,
I was
that's very humble
nominated.
of you.
I was nominated. I didn't
Okay.
win. I was
All right.
nominated.
Nominated. All
You
right,
you
still
won in my
nominated.
Yeah.
heart.
Still
You
nominated.
won in my
Okay, that's
heart.
what's I like it. Thank you. Yeah, it was an honor to be nominated, and it goes to show you that the competition is real.
Mhm.
Like where you have um you see your finished product and you're like amped, right? You're just running
Mhm.
around like, yeah, we about to. And then when you see the other products, you're like, oh, that was pretty good too. So
Yep.
you definitely have to bring your A game,
No,
So yeah.
that definitely do, and I think that that's incredible. But now let's talk about what just happened. You know,
hmm
you go from 48-hour film festival doing all these other films, and now you're living your biggest Ice Cube fantasy,
Yeah.
going from hip hop to being a police detective in the
All right.
amazing horror film Left. Oh yeah, you didn't think about it like that, huh?
No, I
Uh,
didn't. I really didn't.
so what is that journey like for you, and what was it like to work with director Escobar
Oh
and
my God. And all those qualities I just spoke about was the same thing, but this time it wasn't the same kind of pressure. It was well thought out, um, very well outlined, um, scheduling wise and everything. Esco was amazing. He's a genius. He asked for everyone because this is not our full time gig as of yet, but we are committed to it. So he asked for everyone's schedule. He made sure that you got in, you got out. You did your lines. You got everybody up at the same time. The locations he already had mapped out, um, and then he had people in place to cheer you on. So the environment was very conducive to being, you could be your best. like if you dropped a line, they were right there to be like, hey, it was this line. Like, oh yeah, that's right, that's right. You know, so I didn't feel pressured. I didn't feel judged or anything. You know, I was free to be myself.
Mhm.
Becoming a detective, it was I had to watch a few things. And of course, like, I did watch Ice-T. I watched Munch, who's from Bridgeport also, rest in peace to him. I watched a few other things and try to get the nuances and try to get the characteristics of being a detective, and at the same time not be so stiff. You know,
Right.
I wanted him to have that authoritative figure presence, but I also wanted him to be relatable. You know what I
Right.
mean? So yeah, that was great. So Esco gave me the call. Um, and when he told me it was about mental health, first and foremost, I was like, say less.
Right.
I'm there, you know, because he was dealing with dementia with a family member of his. And
Mm-hmm.
it is something to me that a genre does not really address as much,
Mm.
and to address the unraveling of the mental psyche, and then put it in a format where it's entertaining. To me, it was just genius. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad to be put. Say, where you need me to be? you know, I'm
Yeah.
there.
No, Esco is definitely the say less, type of person.
Yeah.
He'll if your phone ever lights up or a text message ever lights up, and Esco goes, "I need you to," I will always say less. I am there. What do you need? Like,
Yeah.
let's rock and roll. And it's just one of those incredible things, you know, out there. And I
hmm
love the fact that he was holistic with it. Made sure that there were people on set to help with the lines, but not like the drill sergeant and like, what do you mean you do not got
No.
your lines? You're
Nah,
wasting
we're not.
precious film. Raw, raw, raw. It was just like, yo, bro, you said it the wrong. You've got this. You're nailing it. You're just flubbing it here or there. And if you
Yeah.
just fine
Yeah.
tune it just in that little aspect, you're gonna make the entire scene. That is
Yeah.
so much more conducive to work with and conducive to work in. Um, now that we talked about how awesome Esco is,
Thanks.
let's talk a little dirt. Who do you not like working with?
Um, I haven't had that experience just yet. You know. Um, Good. That was a good one. It hasn't. I haven't got to the point because I've been doing this since 2020. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Right.
right around when COVID started. Um, and I haven't had the experience where I got to say like, you know what, never again. There is, you know how when you start, the novelty hasn't worn off yet. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Yeah.
like when you first start something, you're like eyes wide. Everything is yes, 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 yes. Because you want the exposure. You want the camaraderie. You know what I mean? You want that brotherhood. You want to be a part of that community. And like when I first got to the community theater in
Mhm.
Bridgeport, the Bijou, and I did the play, and they actually were filming it. It was just like, what took me so long to get here? You know what I
Right.
mean? That
Yeah.
was the feeling. So no, I haven't got a chance. Thank God, I haven't got a chance to say, you know what, this dude is, being a jerk. I don't want to work with
Right.
him. I'm glad when this project is over. I haven't got that opportunity yet. You know.
Not even in
Nope.
theater. Not even in
Nah, not
theater.
even in theater. No, no,
Really?
That's
That's
awesome.
no.
usually the
See,
hardest.
That's great
That
to
is
yo,
hear.
usually the
theater.
hardest.
That's great
Let
to
me
Oh,
tell
hear.
that
you,
makes me feel so good. Maybe I'll go
community
start
theater
trying out
is
again.
is is good. It's I can see personalities
Mm-hmm.
kind of clashing, right?
Mm.
But not to the point that, and then it's just because people just want to be seen and be heard. It's like if two opposing teams, or somebody jockeying for a position. They put you in those positions to sharpen each other. They're like,
Right.
it's called like chicken Kiev. Like, like you go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, right?
Right.
So you want that competition, that healthy competition. But no, I haven't got to the point that they say, or they look down on you condescendingly, like, who is this peasant? There's never that yet.
It's great to
It's
hear
so
on
funny.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, a Long Island raised, Elm City made from the straight streets of Shaolin. His name is EZ BlueZ. Go right ahead, Easy.
No, it's funny that you say that, because that's usually where every walk of life winds up with me. Is someone looks at me and goes, "Pop peasant," and I'm like, "Yeah, and I wear it well, all right, please."
Nah, man, never that.
Tell me about
So
Soul Santa.
Oh man, that was so. I got the call for Soul Santa, and I was shocked. Because I didn't know. I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know who was producing it. So,
Mm.
I was working with. Well, I was signed, not signed, but I'm free agent. I don't even have an agent yet. You know what I mean? So I'm still doing all.
Mm.
This is all grind. This is all me. So
I
everything you're
respect it.
seeing,
I really do.
is I haven't, because I don't feel like I'm to the point that I need an agent, or I don't know the business that well to get an agent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I signed up with this casting agency, and they were looking for background actors, and it was in Norwich, right? So I'm like, all right, So I fill out this Google form, and they're like, yeah, we got a spot for you, come through. Okay, so I get in the car, I get there, and they're like, hey, just show up at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be in Norwich. It's a Christmas movie. I'm like, okay. I get there. It's David and Tamala Man. It's Terry J. Vaughn from Friday, right? So I'm like, what? And we were wearing masks at the time. So when they said, hey, this is Terry, and I'm like, Terry Vaughn. I'm like, wait a minute. And so we're there, we do a makeup, I do my scenes. I'm working with a gentleman named Jose Alves, and still cool with him to this day. It was an amazing experience. We was laughing and joking on set. It was freezing outside, you know. But yeah, that's how it came through. And then I got the exposure. Even though I didn't have any
Mm.
lines in it, you can clearly see my face.
Hey, what counts?
And yeah, and it runs every Christmas. So I'm finding people are running up on me like, "Hey, I know you," and I'm like, yeah, yeah, that
well,
was a great
and
experience.
That's awesome.
that's
Thanks.
that's one of the key things that I've always heard through acting is, there's no such thing as a small part, only small actors.
Mm.
You've
Yeah.
had the dude who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first Star Wars. For the majority of his first acting things, he played someone who was just standing in the doorway holding a spear. But he was the best one from that aspect, and from that part, it got him another role and got him another role, and then he
Hmm.
became Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, he was more of an accomplished theater actor than Obi-Wan Kenobi, but that's where pop culture knows him, and that's where I'm gonna put him. All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a whole bunch of theater geeks who are like, "Oh my god, why?" Because this show is for everyone, not just the geeks. Thank you.
Well, let's get a little bit geeky though. We got two great actors in Soul Sand. We got David Mann and we got Tamila Man, the married couple, from that's
Yes.
known from the Tyler Perry series.
Yep.
What great knowledge did you learn from those two great minds, and any like great advice did they give you? Because like everybody's learning,
No.
everybody's trying to get better each and every day.
Honestly, I didn't get a chance to interact with them.
Oh man, all right.
Yeah, that my scenes were not involved with them.
Mm.
But they happened to walk by. I spoke, I didn't want to, fanboy out, right? Hey, I gotta maintain my cool, right?
Mm.
So but no, I didn't get a chance to interact with them. But the scene the guy was in, excuse me, the guy was in the scene with
Mm.
Jose. He's a SAG actor, and he was like he he gave me a couple tidbits, and he was like, "I'll see you around." Like
Mhm.
on that like you gonna make it here, that type of thing.
Right.
And I've
On the
been
real
going ever
recognize
since.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, really, and that's what it came down to. And I still chop it up with him to this day. Cool brother. You see him now on Kanan, Raising Kanan. He plays the bodyguards on there. So yeah, I try to keep that community. Whenever I meet somebody, I try to keep in communication with them.
Right.
And whoever give me an opportunity, or we try to reach, keep them in my community also, because it's just never know, like if I could put them on in the future, or they could put me on in the future, and that's how I look at
Hmm. Tokyo and NYC. Break it down.
it. That was my actual first appearance in a short film, even
That's
though I
awesome.
wasn't even on set. So this
I
young
gotta hear
lady,
this.
she her name is Natalie. So from Long Island, right? And I got an account on Backstage, and that's how I got the part. I submitted, I'm submitting. And I don't have a portfolio. I just have one headshot, and no experience. And she was willing to put me on. She said, "Well, you don't have to come on set. Just take a picture in a wheelchair and then send it to me, and I'll include it in the film." And I'm like, "Okay, right." And she said, "You're gonna play my dad who passed away." I'm like, "Oh, I get it." And so that was that. So I took a picture, submitted it to her. She sent me the short film, and I was in it. And they won awards too. So I was happy for that break. Yeah,
Right.
that was amazing too.
Dude,
I gotta get a gig like that.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I didn't even think that was like a possibility. That makes so much sense. Oh
Yeah,
man, I feel like you just pulled back the curtain and I see for the first time that the
Mhm.
Wizard of Oz is just a crinkled old white guy. Damn it. Oh, oh, the magic and mystery is gone. No, it's not. It's
Yeah,
just
that's what it came down to though. Yeah. So me and Natalie are still cool too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my first there was a another opportunity, and this was Brooklyn,
Mm.
music video, and I was so excited. I would tell you, I wasn't supposed to be on set. I got the call sheet, right. I wasn't supposed to be on set until the afternoon, and I ended up going to the studio, and first thing in the morning, I see the call sheet. I'm like, well, I'm gonna show up early, and what's popping. So
Hmm.
I get there and she sees me and she's like, I'm so glad you're here because I thought, she said, I wanted to tell you to come earlier, but I didn't know what the schedule's like. So I get the chance to meet the rapper. The rapper ends up becoming um in Wu-Tang. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me. Jaquan Kelly, right?
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, he played Master Ace? No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, not Master Ace, Master Killer. Oh my God, I forgot his role. But he he and I remain cool too, right? So
Right.
I get in the video,
Mm.
I do it, I learn the lines real quick, the chorus real quick. That was my first music video, and I just been building networks from there. I was just super excited, and that played to my it worked out for me well,
Mm.
just to be there super early and connect with everybody.
Mm. So the biggest plus for you is your networking.
Yeah,
Just learning your whole story, learning your growth, and just
yeah,
learning your whole new journey in life as an actor. Just networking's been helping you out, just with
yeah,
blessing after opportunity after more blessings for you,
yeah.
to continue doing what you love to do, and it's really great to see. But just break down to me, just like talk to me as I'm new trying to get into this acting world. How important is to register for SAG as an independent actor? What benefits you get out of that? Why
Well,
is it a plus just for someone that's going to be in that upcoming opportunity? That's all.
okay. I'm not even SAG yet. I'm
Oh, my
SAG
bad. I'm sorry. I
eligible.
apologize.
No, you good. You don't have to
I
apologize.
apologize.
So
Yeah.
no, listen. So that Soul Santa was a SAG project,
Yeah, that's
and
what I asked.
so I got a credit. I got a credit for that. This Holiday Fix Up, which is another another Christmas movie that was shot in Mystic, that
Yeah.
was SAG. And I forgot the third. I forgot the third opportunity, but I had three SAG credits, and that made me eligible. Now
Okay.
paying the
Okay.
dues, so I did that. I sent it in. I got it verified,
Interesting.
and so the initial fee is about 35. So like three
It's not bad.
bands, yeah. So I was like, okay, but I've heard from other SAG actors, they're like, listen, don't go SAG until you really have to. Like, because you build up your credits and then you become from SAG eligible to you have to join. So that's another eligibility. So I think SAG is great. I want to be a part of it. I'm just riding the independent because I want to make sure that I don't go into SAG and then I'm just not connected as well as I should be. So that goes back to me networking. That goes back to me making sure I build relationships, making sure that I talk to the right people to get the right managers so I can get in the spot that I can move along and move up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's you don't want to invest in it until you actually have to invest in it, because once you do, you're locked in. Which is great. You have those protections, and don't get me wrong, but you also have to now be able to. I look at it; it's something that should pay for itself, and if it's not at the point where it can pay for itself, then it is not in the wheelhouse right now.
Right. The return
You
of
obviously
investment
want
has to be there.
right. You want to push yourself and get those avenues, and hopefully you accrue enough credits to motivate you to do that. And the more credits you accrue, obviously the more financial investment you're going to get on the back end of it, and then it starts to pay for itself, and now it's a justifiable expense.
Yes.
Just
right.
some simple
That's
financial
exactly
planning.
what it is. Yes, exactly what it is.
Nah, it's great information. We need to know this. Someone who just wants to go at it. You gotta think of what the steps you want. But as far as picking roles, is that hard? Because like I saw an interview with Denzel Washington. He said like the first roles you pick are the most important when it comes to yourself and your career of what you want to be as an actor. Those first roles that you choose, that you're a part of, that really defines who you are and what you represent to other people. Just putting yourself out there.
Yeah, I agree. 'Cause perception is everything. Like even though it's a craft and like you say, it's kind of like make believe or storytelling.
Yeah.
People get locked in because like forever, Smokey will be Smokey, right? We know it's Chris Tucker, but that's Smokey,
You already
right?
remember
Smokey.
him. Yeah.
That's Smokey. Like
Hands
as soon
down.
as you see it, Smokey, that's what's going to be. So the perception is real as far as those roles. So I've had looked at some roles and I was like, I think I don't really want to do that, and because I want to make sure I'm taken seriously. I want to make sure that I'm respected, and the only way I can do that is make sure that I don't just do anything for a buck. You know, um, So I look at roles very seriously and think about it in the long run. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. There was an opportunity to do a commercial because I do commercials as well.
Oh,
When I
cool.
get the opportunity,
All right.
and so so they the incontinence, right? So there's the male, well, adult diapers, right? And they were willing to pay 6 bands for it. But at the same time, I thought about like, these images will be around forever, right? And I was just like, I don't want to wear a diaper and be known as that. So I just waited and I said no. I turned it down.
Know your worth. Easy. Know your worth. Easy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, it's super important, but it's also, you don't want to compromise your character, and a lot of people, you know, obviously we can talk about the pop culture aspect of it. We just saw it with the Cat Williams interview. You know, he has put himself in a position where he does not have to bend to someone else's rules to make what he wants to make and make a living out of it. That is incredible. I'm sure he's been asked a million times to, you know, for this amount of money, would you do A, B, and C? And he's like, no, that's not who I am. That's not what I want to represent. And I'm okay with that. And me not getting this role, although it's maybe $1 million, I'm okay with not, you know, my own pride and sanity is worth more than that $1 million. And I think it's so super, and I think it's important for all artists. You know, I say it all the time. One of the biggest artists that I truly, truly appreciate is in acting, especially, is Al Pacino. Al Pacino has this philosophy where he'll do a big budget film so that he can then go do Shakespeare in the Park for free. And there's a way you can keep that balance. And I just think it's super, super, super necessary. Now, I don't know, man, from the first moment I saw you on screen to right now looking at you through Zoom, have you done Shakespeare? And why do I'm so obsessed to seeing you in a Shakespeare play? Like, I just look at you and I'm thinking Othello. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's honor, yo. Thank you.
Yeah.
I haven't I haven't got Shakespeare yet. Although we read it in high school, but I have not had an opportunity to portray or become a character in any of those Shakespeare plays. You know, so but you're absolutely right. You know, going back to your point about integrity, yeah, you know, you want to protect your integrity at all times. You know, and like Press was saying too, you know, what good is it if you can't be taken seriously? You know, or you do anything for $1. You know, they'll throw anything, any script at you. You know, Chappelle made me think about that too when he was interviewing Oprah too. You know, so he was like, they tried you. He said 3 people came to him and tried him to get into this role, and he said absolutely not. He stood on his ground. He said 10 minutes later they came with a new script. That means they already had it in case he said no. So they're gonna try you, you know, and if you stand 10 toes down on your principles, you're not gonna go anywhere. You know what I mean? You respect it in the long run. And that you know, for a man that left all that money on the table and went to Africa, you gotta say, come on, you know, it ain't all about money. It ain't all about money, you know? So, yeah.
No, it's so true, and I think, you know, that's one of the most incredible aspects. Now, speaking about both of those things, I know that Esco sent out a challenge to the people, the cast and crew, and left about writing their own. I think it was 7 pages.
Yeah, 7
Have
pages.
You submitted your 7 pages yet? Oh.
Why you do it to me, Easy? Why you do it to me?
Because I can. Because I can.
I haven't. But I have been asked by one of the crew members. I mean, cast members, because he last night he just sent me the script and said, "Do you want to be a part of it?" And I was like, "Yes, let's do it." So, it's good that, like I said, that community where we're bringing each other on. But I haven't submitted my script yet. Don't worry, it's coming.
Hold on, I got something for you though. I got something for you.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Take it. Let's modernize. You know, like a 10-minute scene from Shakespeare, and do it today in Bridgeport. You know, and do it real. I'm just saying that could be something that could be historic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely
I'm an
right.
idea guy. I'm an idea guy. Sorry.
You have said that. It's you know what? Honestly, like, you know, they said the game doesn't change, just the players. I'm sure a scene out of any Shakespeare could be applied to today. It's just change the names, you know, change the location, but the principles that are applied in that play, I'm sure can be applied to today.
Yeah.
Sure. Exactly. You got a good point. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying. You haven't done Shakespeare yet? You haven't done Shakespeare yet? You want to do Shakespeare? You have the control of this.
Yeah.
You know.
You copywriting this? I'm right.
No, it's yours.
I'm bringing you in as the executive idea producer.
I'm
I give
down.
you credit where credit is due. Absolutely.
Most
I'm
definitely on
down.
WNHHLP 103.5 FM. Myself, Preston, and soon to be producer, Mr. EZ BlueZ is in the building. We got Will with us today on the show.
Hey.
Loving it. Now, you still, like you said, you're fresh in the industry, accruing the credits that are necessary. What are some of the next steps? And, where are we going to see you do a little bit more live theater? Or are you now 100% a digital? Are you living in a digital world, and are you a digital boy is what I'm asking.
I like that. No, I'm not. I'm not limiting myself. I like live theater. It's instantaneous. The reaction is right there. The commitment to memorizing your lines and getting right the first time. The internalizing of the text and embodying it, personifying it. You become that character. So live theater is where it's at. Where, and don't get me wrong, doing it on screen, web series, independent film, short film. I think it's the same thing, but you get to do it a couple times to get it right. Even if you come through the first time, there might be another take, for safety reasons, right? Or well, not safety reasons, but where they want to try it from a different angle. So no, I'm still open to theater. I'm still open to film. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. Well, good. So what are you looking at here? Are we going to see you in the Shakespeare in the Parks, or where can we see and where can we connect with you? I know we can do it 100%, through some of the stuff that you have out there, as per watching the Christmas movies and different aspects there. But I know your work is also continuously evolving, and you're part of a series, and you're doing all this wonderful things. What is the thing that after Left? They always say you're only as good as your next project. So what is that next project?
The next project I got coming up, actually I have a couple of things. Awesome. I got a small part in the independent film. We just did a table read for a TV series, so we're waiting to hear back. That's going to be in the spring. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get called back for another web series, which is Love Undone, which was an award-winning film. Yeah, that was an award. That was amazing in itself too. I saw that because I was on set for my scenes, but when I saw the series, I was like, wow. So I was so glad that I was selected to be a part of that cast. The storyline addressed school issues, which really attracted me to the script. Like needles in the park. Kids finding, and we say needles like, because of the opioid epidemic, but also it could be any drug, right? We're taking it back to the 80s where, you find broken vials on the playground. And, and this is an urban neighborhood. So it's an urban school, it's an urban community. And I don't think it's talked about enough in that light from the school's point of view, right? Where you have the faculty trying to address that issue, keep their job, and make sure the kids are educated at the same time. So that made me that drew me to the script for that reason. Now I was a reporter in that one. So yeah, and showing a somewhat love interest also to the principal. So that was another part of it. I got to be a little sexy. You know what I
mean? Okay, Mr. Teacher. Okay. And I know that in the last panel they kind of joked around about at the premiere of Left. Esco joked around about he's got a whole movie idea waiting on based off of your character that I'm really looking forward into, because you held yourself you held yourself so well on screen, and also I find it really, really interesting when, anyone is, chooses or is chosen to play, a officer of the law or different aspects with how much negativity that is surrounded by them and much needed negativity. If we're being real, what was it like?
Yeah.
I hate to be the one to say it, and I don't stray away from the hard conversation. What was it like to be a person of color that, and having to get in the mind frame of, being a police officer and having to show up and, speak to another person of color from a point of authority like that,
Yeah. Yeah. So law enforcement overall has taken a hit, in America, let's put it that way. Especially people of African American color, where the homicides are happening all over the United States. And when he said play a detective, he to me that meant that this gentleman had to have come through that at some time, and he had to wrestle with the conflict of, being a cop in a community where you don't want to snitch. You got people in your family that may be on the other side of the law. Who's know what his upbringing may have been like, and to approach that, and that's why I said I wanted him to be relatable because having the beard, right, to me set the tone. Even though I'm a detective, I'm not adhering to the clean cut detective where you just and I heard a saying, a gentleman said, and I don't know how true this is. He said that he doesn't trust a guy who doesn't have any kind of facial hair, and I'm like, that's kind of funny, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I respected Esco's decision to make me the detective, and I looked at it as such. We got to wrestle with being inside an organization that is kind of biased to, for the least strongest word towards the African American community. And I wanted to make sure that this guy was not a jerk, that he understood the situation. And as you hear, one of my lines say, "I'm a friend of Dr. Carmichael's." That line to me was important because friend kind of breaks down the inhibitions, the apprehension, right? When you look at all the detectives here, they're gonna arrest us, saying, it's not DCF, but it's protective services. Like, what you guys doing? How you let the man walk out? So that's where it came from for me. I just had to make sure that I came across as, look, I understand. This is a debilitating disease. And it's not easy to keep care because you get tired. You know what I mean? Especially if somebody who can move about. You have to constantly keep your eye on them. Yeah, so that's where it came from. Playing a detective as an African American, that's why I like the beard. I think that brought it to a point that you can relate to this guy.
I will say the beard and the hairdo with the jacket gave me strict Shaft going. I wasn't sure if Shaft was what you were going for, but I was like, this is a Shaft moment right here. They say you're always going for those big moments, and a lot of people talk about the running moment in Bad Boys is the moment that made Will Smith a superstar. And I just think you taking your Shaft moment has made you further along in your journey. And I want you to make sure you hold on to and celebrate that Shaft moment, man. Because, but unfortunately, just like all great productions, we have to come to as the producer, I say we have to come to a closing end here. But we want to give this last forum to you to say of all your words and and sell your wares. First and foremost, we want you to be able to promote any way people can get in touch with you, how they can book you and all those fantastic things. And then also we want you to give us one thing, either professionally or in your personal life or in the land of Narnia, if that's where you want to go through, that you are grateful for?
Okay, so contact information. You can find me on social media. It's Will Fulton Jr. That's WILLFULTONJR. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm also IMDb. You can find me there also. My contact information is the same. So you reach out to any one of those social media sites, I'll be able to get in contact with you. What am I grateful for? Honestly, everything. It's been a journey. Just having the strength and the determination to go into craft such as this, a profession such as this, and then having other people to work with with the same like mind. I think it's like it puts me. I'm super excited. I'm at a loss of words when it comes to it because I'm just so overjoyed, right?
Right.
So and then seeing like the endless possibilities that that this could take me, where it could take me. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Appreciate
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me. Yo. I
Definitely.
appreciate to the utmost. I'm telling you.
Out of curiosity, before you go, would you ever
Yeah.
consider a musical?
Well, yeah, as long as I ain't gotta sing. Like I can't, bruh, listen, I can't carry a note with two handles. You understand me? If it was in a bucket, if I had a bucket, I could.
What if you can rap? What if you can rap a little bit?
If I could rap, that'd be good. You know what I'm saying? I'd do something like that. Yeah. But singing, nah, I'd be off key. Like, wish I never met her.
Thank you so much, Will.
Yeah, no problem.
Hope I meet you face to face sometime in the foreseeable future. I know the year just started, but it's great learning this a lot about your intelligent mind on WNHH. Absolutely, peace and blessings on WNHH LP 103.5 FM New Haven. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island Rays, Elm City made EZ BlueZ.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.